part 3 or the follow-up to the sort of series we were doing with corn mutton, and I have the leftover corn mutton here. And in the first one I showed you all how to do the corn mutton. Then very similar to how we would do corned beef or bully beef. And then we did it with cabbage, and the third one we're doing fry aloo, which is potato, with that corn mutton. Now I'm using the leftover original version that I made. You have to check caribbeanpot.com for that recipe, but you can just use straight out of the can if you want when we add it later, so don't fret too much. I have here, and the thing about fry aloo is that it takes a lot of oil, and what I've seen some people do is put maybe half a cup to a cup of oil, and after the potato or the aloo is done cooking, they would and scoop out the oil and toss it out. What I like doing, and it's not something my mom does, my mom just cut back on the oil altogether. I like using a non-stick pan, and there's about 2.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. I ain't trying to use my good olive oil in there at this point. Olive oil is the price, boy. But anyhow, we have that oil there. And let's talk about the potato. Now, notice how nice and thin, 1/4 centimeter. It's been washed and drained, and we have that hot oil. In previous versions of this recipe, you would have seen me add the garlic and the onion first. It doesn't really matter, the sort of sequence, in my humble opinion. So in goes all of that potato in there, and the schwa that you're hearing is the water from rinsing it out. That I'm gonna add my Scotch bonnet pepper as well as some onion. And that's just half of a Scotch bonnet pepper. And the Scotch bonnet pepper we've been getting lately in Canada is pretty mild. But if you want to remove the seeds area here, you can remove that, and the white membrane surrounding the seeds, that's where most of that heat is going to be. Now this is also where I'm going to add my garlic, and I have about 7 cloves of garlic. I love a lot of garlic in my fry aloo, so this is why. And I'm just giving it a smash, just in nice big chunky pieces. Later on, when I'm eating, I'll get those nice big chunky pieces of garlic in there. Proper things, man. Then time for salt, and later on we can taste the salt and adjust it, because the fried mutton, and it's just tin mutton, canned mutton, corn mutton, it will have a sort of a salty element to it as well too. So we're not trying to over salt anything. Later on we can always adjust that. Of course you need some black pepper in there as well too. I just love cooking with fresh ground black pepper. It's just my thing, I don't know. What I forgot to mention is, yes, I added this Scotch bonnet pepper in there, but if spice is not your thing, your Caribbean Sunshine doesn't have to make an appearance in there. However, if you do like it, I would recommend it. The other thing is, don't be obligated to the Scotch bonnet. There's habanero fatale, there is wiri wiri, bird's eye, any sort of spicy pepper you like you can use, and in the amounts that you can handle. What I'm going to do now is give that a stir. If you wanted, you can put a lid on here. Just remember that you're trying to get golden edges. A good fry aloo has nice golden edges, and the lid will create steam, so don't keep the lid on for too long, maybe about 10 minutes or so, and then you will remove it. My heat is on medium, and I want to continue with that sort of sizzle. This is why I said it doesn't matter when you add the onion or the garlic, because look what's happening now. The garlic is frying, the onion is frying, so things happening. Just go slow. Sometimes we overthink things, and it prevents us from just moving forward and enjoying what we're doing. Some people, when they make this, and I'm sure the comments are going to comment, Chris, where's the jeera, which is roasted cumin or cumin seeds, depending if it's the powder versus the seeds that we're using. Some people put that cumin in here. I am not the biggest fan of cumin. You don't see me using it too often in dishes, so this is why, when mommy would make this for us, there was never cumin in there. So yeah, be mindful of that. If you want to put some cumin in there, you can put some cumin. It's totally up to you. It's been about 12 minutes on that medium flame, and I've been stirring it every 3-4 minutes So you can see that sort of golden edges, the sort of crust that's starting to form. And that is why you need to sort of move it around a little bit. A good fried aloo will have that golden color. Some may even go beyond that golden, a bit darker. But I like the golden color. So a good fried aloo for me is tons of garlic. I want to get the sweetness from the onion. A slight hint from that scotch bonnet pepper and all that golden edges and stuff like that. Yo man, and this is, yo man, this is good as it is. Yeah, you don't need to add the corn mutton to it, but the corn mutton, in my humble opinion, just elevates the thing, boy. You know, I grew up eating fried aloo with one of three things: corn mutton, corned beef, or saltfish. Mom used to make it with saltfish boljol as well too. You know, leftover saltfish boljol, you pelt it inside there. Lord have mercy, think self. You know, I just realized I lied. Yes, corned beef and all them things will add a nice flavor to this dish. But the ultimate flavor you can add to this, and it was a Monday morning meal with hot sada roti. If you have leftover stewed pork, stewed beef, or stewed chicken, and you add the pieces in here, papayo, oh gosh, a little zabuka and you're good. We're at the 17-minute mark, and I've got some lovely color and everything else here. So the potatoes are starting to fall apart, which means they're fully cooked. Well, they're about 95% cooked because I still see some firm parts. But what I'm going to do is make a hole in the center like so, and in goes that leftover corn mutton. It's quite a bit, I don't need that much, but it is what it is. I have it on hand, so why not? And the reason for adding it in the center there is for it to heat through quicker, because that's where my piece of potato, oh gosh, where you going, boss? Look how we're losing, fellas, easy so now. Anyhow, we want that to heat through. It's been in the fridge, yeah? And that's going to flavor everything. We just got a couple more minutes. So what we're going to do is give that a couple minutes, and we're going to fold everything through. We're going to give it another couple minutes. So you're looking at the 4-minute mark. You'll taste it, adjust the salt to your liking. And at the 5-6 minute mark, yo, shut off the stove. You're good. You're good. You're golden. I didn't realize the thing out of focus and all kind of thing out there, boy. So mix that in. And again, you're going to give it a couple minutes. And then you'll adjust the salt to your own liking. Now it may have the tendency to want to go soggy on you, so I would recommend cranking up the heat just a slight bit, because we're not trying to make soggy fried aloo, alright? Sup soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me, email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie? This is where the sort of personalization will come in. Taste it at this point for salt, and adjust the salt to your own liking. The other sort of personalization is, notice how it's starting to stick on the bottom there? That's going to give you those sort of caramelized bits of potato. And with the combination of that corn mutton in there, that there, according to your, in my humble opinion, and look at the nice big pieces of garlic. Oh gosh, I'm going to have some fun. In my humble opinion, the golden edges, the sort of little sort of bun that you will get on the bottom down there. Gosh, just look at that now, man. Oh gosh. Couple more minutes and I'm done. So, in saying that, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com, we've done corn mutton 3 ways. You've got to head over to youtube.com/CaribbeanPot for all 3 versions. We have just the plain old fried corn mutton, then we had the one with the cabbage, and of course now we have fried aloo with corn mutton. Irie? Oh yeah, what do you eat this with? Go and buy some roti or get your granny to make some roti for you, yes? Because I know plenty of you know how to knead flour to make a little sada roti sauce. Will it just vex me, eh?